welcome to the Green and Gold Gridiron Show. I'm Margot Morin.
Yes, you are, and I'm Chris Sheets from Kissin' Country 103.9. Like always, a fantabulous show today. Fantabulous, a word?
No, Chris.
See, I Googled it.
You believe everything that's on the internet.
Absolutely everything. Watch out for the Sasquatch. He's coming back, actually, to play middle linebacker for the Riders. But anyway, why don't you get started on the show?
Sure thing. So our first segment today is cheers. Last year, we took a look at our cheer team and their various practices and community events. And this year, we're choosing to profile one single member so you, the viewer, can get to know our cheer team better. So we're going to start today's episode off with Devyn.
Hi, my name is Devyn, and this is my third year on the Eskimos cheer team. From High Prairie, Alberta. It's a small town about 4 hours north of Edmonton of only about 3,000 people, so it's a pretty tiny town. I moved here after high school to go to Grant MacEwan, and my parents moved at the same time, so now I call Edmonton home. For my first 2 years, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I was taking really general classes, and then I took this one class called Abnormal Psychology, and I found it so fascinating. It was so interesting. It was about mental disorders, anxiety disorders, and I just thought it was so cool, and I'm really interested in that field. I'm a psychology major. I'm in my 4th year, and my minor is sociology. I did have the option to transfer to U of A, but it's such a beautiful school. You never have to go outside when it's minus 30 degrees out, so it's really good, and the class sizes are really small, which is awesome for me coming from a small town of only 3,000 people. I really like it here. Of course, I'd like to get my Bachelor of Arts first, and then I would like to get my Master's in either clinical or counseling psychology, and then maybe even a PhD if I'm able to. I would love to be a practicing clinical or counseling psychologist. I never actually thought I would be a cheerleader. I've danced since I was 5, and I just came to Edmonton and I realized that the Eskimos were such a big part of the community, and I thought it was such a great opportunity to perform on such a large scale. So I'm so excited to be on the team. There's a few vets this year, and we take more of a leadership role. And it's really exciting to have all these fresh new faces come into the program. Everyone is so positive and so excited to be on the team. So it's a really fun atmosphere to be a part of. My favorite memory so far was last year at the Grey Cup at the Spirit of Edmonton breakfast. After we performed, people were on their feet cheering for us. It was so loud, and it was such an amazing experience. I felt so appreciated, and it was just wonderful. The fans are great.
Go! Esks, go! You know, Chris, I had the opportunity to work as a contributing choreographer for the 2009 and 2010 cheer team, and Devyn was a member of the dance team during that time. She was just a pleasure to work with.
Contributing choreographer?
Yeah.
How come they didn't ask me for that job?
Because you have sick dance moves.
Sick?
Sick, yeah.
Anyway, love the cheer team. Those guys are so strong. You've seen at some of the games, they've actually hoisted me up. They didn't look like they wanted to, but they did. I wonder if they could hoist Patrick Kabongo. You know what, maybe they could now that he's lost like 76 pounds in the off season. Anyway, up next we catch up with Patrick. What a great guy. Teaching kids why an education is so important. It's called Champions in the Community. Check it out.
So when I was 3 years old, my mom and dad decided to move to a city called Montreal.
It's a weekday afternoon and the students at Overlanders Elementary School are getting a lesson taught by Eskimos lineman Patrick Kabongo. It's a simple message: stay in school and you will achieve success.
I've been doing it for at least 6 years. It's been great, just coming out to school and talking and sharing with the kids kind of about education, the importance of education, and being able to be positive, and even through heartache sometimes that happen in life, to keep on working through them, to get better and to succeed in whatever you want to become.
Kabongo knows firsthand the importance of school as he learned it when he first came to Canada. Struggling to get good grades while staying active, he earned a college football scholarship to Nebraska University.
It was a challenge, but when I look back at it, it was good because I know how much work it took, to get there, and I was blessed. I was just blessed. It was such a great opportunity. I met some amazing people, and I just for people to talk to me like that and tell me, you're capable to do this, and you can do this.
The main message being delivered by Kabongo and all of the Eskimos is:
it's not where you start life, it's where you finish. And she kept on telling me day in and day out, it's not where you start, Patrick, it's where you finish.
For me, it's one of the things I remember, sometimes life may not have dealt you the best things and the best, in the best situation. But if you focus on, especially school, and doing the right things, you know, at the end, you're going to look back and you're going to be, you know what, I'm at a way better place than I started.
This is a message being taught daily in the schools these players head out to, but their presence as Eskimos helps to grab the attention of the students.
It's great because it's a message from outside. You know, it's like having your mom or dad tell you something over and over, but when you get that favorite uncle tell you something, the message gets across. It's just a little more powerful and just another, like a second opinion.
You know, Margot, if I had Patrick Kabongo telling me to stay in school, I probably would listen to him.
I know. So, you know, last week we gave you an idea of what the medicals were like at training camp. This week we're taking it even a step further as we follow TJ Hill through his day at medicals and meet some of the people that are involved. Check it out.
Today I'm conducting a nutrition survey to just find out what some of the nutrition-related concerns are for the players and be able to provide information for them during training camp. Finding out what nutrition-related things help with performance, prevent cramps, improve energy levels, and have consistent performance.
So today we're doing part of a new initiative that's begun in the NFL and the CFL, which is to look at a preseason evaluation of a player's mental, cognitive, and balance status, which is called the Sideline Concussion Assessment Tool. And so it's a very brief measure, but it does tell us a little bit about the type of symptoms that a player has. The best way to test whether a person, how they're doing, is by looking at their preseason status. So all the players that are here today are all going to go through this. So even if players are traded or moved around during the season, we have that baseline information, which is really the important information there.
Some of the testing we do gives us a baseline in case an athlete gets a concussion with the visual field screening. Just checking the acuities, making sure they can see any blunt trauma to the head can cause a lot of eye damage. If an injury to the head happens, we do the fields test again, and we compare what we had from today to where they might be after that.
That's for us tall guys, you know, 6'5", you know? Don't get no easy. Don't get no easy.
I'm looking for any red flags in the testing that they did, if they had any results that were obscure, if we need to retest anything, if there's any low numbers or any obscure things that happen, then we know that those are things we need to target. So if they have any pain, we know they need to go see the doctor for that. If they have poor form or weakness when their strength in some of the lifting things that they do, then we know that we need to take those results and work on that stuff with them through the year. The other thing it does is it screens the guys for any potential problems they might have, heart, asthma, lungs, anything like that. So we catch those red flags before they go through. They come and do a trainer's review with me at the end, and I do a review with all the guys, make sure they did every station, make sure they had correct results and they didn't skip anything. I see what they need for the rest of the week going forward and go from there.
Quite sure you ain't know this is what medical is going to be all about. Whew.
You know, Chris, I've had the chance to work out a little bit this off-season.
Yeah, I wouldn't take you on, I know that for sure. I'd have been a long shot to make the team based on medicals. I've got some health issues, to put it mildly. Not like Morley Scott. This guy is an absolute condition machine. It's time for Morley's minute, although maybe he wouldn't have made medicals because he's the only 2-year-old that actually had a high cholesterol problem. Apparently Morley likes his cheese. Let's check him out.
Thanks very much, Chris. And if there's one thing I know, everything tastes better with cheese on it. Another thing I know, a great way to start the regular season is with a win. Not only a win, but a win on the road in Regina. A great way to start your CFL career is to lead your team and the entire Canadian Football League in defensive tackles. I'd like to introduce you to JC Sherritt, who did exactly that in Regina this weekend as the Eskimos defeated the Saskatchewan Roughriders. How was your CFL debut?
It was great. You know, it's always good to go out and get a win, but to get a win, like you said, on the road and to start our season off right, you know, that was a great thing.
And on a personal level, real productive with those 11 tackles.
Yeah, you know, it's always good when you can get tackles like that. There's certain games where, you know, your position's going to be called on, and, you know, luckily it was my number that day, and, you know, to go out and get a win, it was great.
Talk a little bit about the progression you've seen in the games. You've been in college, you played some preseason games into the regular season. I imagine the intensity climbs pretty good.
It certainly does. You know, every step of the way, it's gotten more and more, even from the first to the second preseason game. And then once you get into the regular season, you see what the real speed is all about and the pace of the game. So, you know, to get to experience that firsthand was great.
You're a guy who has come in with some fanfare. Everything seems to be going smoothly so far. It's nice to have a great start. 11 tackles, a team wins. You're in first place. Life as an Eskimo is pretty good right now.
Yeah, you know, I'm not complaining, but, you know, we got to flush that win, and I think we all did. And, you know, we're ready to go to work right now. We know this is a big day for us and a big day to get ready for Hamilton.
All right, I'm going to ask you the important question now. I know one you've been asked an awful lot. JC, what's it stand for?
I can't give it up. I'm never going to give it up. 5 years I've had to hold on to the secret, so I think I'm just going to keep that going.
So we got JC Sherritt. We don't know what it stands for. We have TJ Hill. We don't know what the TJ stands for either. I guess you got to have some secrets in this game, eh?
Yeah, the initial guys, we got to stay strong. We guard those things.
All right, JC Sherritt, congratulations on a great debut, and good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Well, that does it for today's episode, but remember, you can check us out next Wednesday starting at 4:30 p.m. on Shaw TV Channel 10. And as always, you can check us out at esks.com and shawtv.com.
And don't forget to catch the Rockin' season opener this Saturday, July 9th, 5 p.m. The Eskies look to tame those Putty Cats from Hamilton. It's also Rock Band Night. Love the Rock Band. Commonwealth will be rocking all night long, including a concert by Guns, 4 Roses. So come down and enjoy the fun. If you can't come down, you can, of course, listen to the game on the Voice of the Eskimos, 6:30 CHED, or check your Shaw HD listings. But until next time,
go Esks, go!
Why don't you get us started?
You know, for us to come out there, go into an opposite. Oh man, now we're gonna have to start over.
And for the very first episode, we are starting off with cheer team. It's not the first episode, it's the second episode.
Bet you never knew your day was going to be this painful, did you?